What's up, box office banner movies?
What's up,
bitches? that what you like to say?
Yeah.
We're back with another Top 5 Thursday, and the very first multiple member Top 5 Thursday, and the very first all 4 of our members do the same top 5, because this top 5 by Kaylee Sweeney.
Yeah. Best
One of
friends
those.
with Bethany
Kooiman,
it says on the profile.
That just made it worse, man. We had to go with her name, and we don't know her name either that well.
Callie?
We're sorry. We're
Callie Sweeney? We're sorry. Josh isn't here to...
Stop it.
We
I feel like
tried.
a failure. I do.
But what's her recommendation? Top 5 what?
It was just so perfect that we were like, it's just perfect, and we had to do a top 5 all around. And you got to see me and Tyler on the same video, which is just, dope, I guess. And it is a top 5 Christmas movies. And obviously, as all these lists go, it's not what we think the top 5 Christmas movies are in terms of objectivity. This is subjectivity. So, without further ado, Tyler, do you want to kick this off with your number 5 first, and we'll kind of ping-pong it back and forth?
Going 5-1, number 5 for me is Krampus.
You have a cramped ass right now?
I don't even know. I was trying to think of a joke to say.
He's over there like, maybe? I don't know. Now that you put me on the spot.
Krampus, if you don't know, is like a horror movie about like evil Santa. And it's just a fun horror movie with
Krampuses.
I don't even know how to. It's this creature that's like a half goat, half Santa.
Yeah, it is out there.
It's cool. It's a cool as hell creature, and the movie is just over the top, funny, cheesy. I love it. Krampus comes in hot at number 5 for me.
Little demon elves and shit.
Oh yeah, and all the toys that just swallow people.
You've got to be kidding me. Good flick. Number 5 for me.
Oh wait, Krampus had that lady from Hereditary in it, the mom.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Toni Collette. Yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
It's got
in
a bunch
that
of
too.
good funny people.
Yeah, Adam Scott. Okay, go ahead. I just wanted to bring her up since we just talked.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm finished. No, I'm sweat. Number 5. Cody might like that. Jingle All The Way, man. This one is just, I don't know, dude. It's weird. This one really resonates with me around Christmas time. It feels like one I have to throw on. And let me tell you this much. It actually makes me borderline sad. It sounds crazy. Because not to get too sentimental here, as my daughter is trying to come into frame, but failing miserably. Hopefully she didn't knock anything over. Bear with us. But, oh, there almost went the lighting rig. But anyways, speaking of daughters, or kids in general, my real dad wasn't around when I was younger. I don't even call him a stepdad. He adopted me right when he's been my dad for all intents and purposes since I was like 8 months old, and he's the one that took me to see this movie. So I didn't have that, like, I don't have a father figure. So it never really bothered me. But at the same time, when I was young, it kind of resonated with me that Schwarzenegger wasn't not in the kid's life, but he was kind of more caught up in work, and he wasn't always there. And I felt for the kid. But now that I'm like older, and I always had that in the back of my mind where I'm like, I have to be a good dad. There's no way around it. I can't do what my real dad did to me. And now that I have this daughter, when I watch it, now it's kind of flip-flopped, and it's kind of funny to see it that way, because now I kind of resonate with Schwarzenegger's character, where I'm like, he's trying. Because, with this, my job, not, the craziest job. It's not like the most hours, but between that, doing this podcast shit, trying to keep up with everything, I don't have time, honestly. So I worry that I might turn into that Schwarzenegger kind of role. So when I see him and it just combining together how I felt when I was younger for, the Sith Lord himself, because it's the kid that played... what the fuck, Darth Vader in episode 1 of Star Wars. The combination of how he felt in the moment, and the combination of now being a dad, and how Schwarzenegger felt in the moment, and he's just like in it. And then I can't imagine being a dad and having it feel any better than it felt for Schwarzenegger in that moment, where he's like, Schwarzenegger's like, But I thought you wanted the Turbo Man because he gives it away to Sinbad's character. And he's like, why would I need that when I have the real thing at home? And just imagine, and then Schwarzenegger gets like, just put up in the air through the parade. They're carrying him away. Just imagining that feeling as a dad, to be looked down on like you're failing, and to have that kind of turnaround. That's what dreams are made of. Amazing Christmas movie, and still an amazing movie to me to this day.
Okay, my number 4 is Office Christmas Party. If you can guess by the title, it's a Christmas party that happens at the office. Jason Bateman, Jennifer Aniston, pure gold in this movie. Office Christmas Party that you would want to attend.
Yes.
This it goes off the rails in the funniest way. There's so many different cameos and a lot of Jimmy Butler makes an appearance in it.
Yeah, I always forget about that.
Yeah.
I've only seen it a couple times, so I guess I've only forgot about it once.
Yeah.
But I forgot about it when I watched it recently.
It's just a funny Christmas movie.
It
And, that's why it's number 4.
Yeah, and T.J. Miller is great.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. T.J. Miller.
He's great.
He's great in everything.
He's amazing. Anyways, my bad. Get this sip of water. Y'all heard of this stuff? Yeah, I've been putting down the beer lately. I've been trying this shit out. It's actually not that bad. Very cleansing. Number 4 for me is The Night Before. And dude, this one is underrated, if anything. Seth Rogen is pedal to the metal. There's actually a healthy dose of Christmas spirit in this movie. Even stuff where they kind of mix stuff in with like Alana Glazer's character from Broad City. She's like the Grinch in the fucking movie. It's just a fun movie where they really encapsulate what Christmas is about, has some underlying good meanings, and it's got the amazing adult comedy to go with it. I love how Miley Cyrus and fucking James Franco show up at the end. Like, fucking Rogan's getting dick pics at the table, and he's like got the wrong phone. That whole scene, he's like, "Who's this James? I really need to start saving contacts into my phone." That shit's so funny. And then he shows Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt just sees like a dick, and he's like, "Dude, are you gay?" It's fucking amazing. And he's like, "It's this elegant man named James, and apparently I got a son." It's just great. And then, of course, who does James end up being? James Franco. It just, dude, it has everything, and we all can relate to it. We all get older. Even us. Like, this is how we get to hang out, is because we have this excuse of it. It's not even a job to us. It's so fun, and we're glad y'all make it happen. But that is something that is very real in people's lives, dude. We drift away because we get older, and that's fine, man. We're supposed to do that. Not on paper, because you want to keep it close to friends, but it's inevitably going to happen the older you get because of family time and everything. And that's okay, but you can still be there for each other, and it's just a great movie all around. Underrated, if anything. Night Before is my number 4.
Yeah. Okay, number 3. I was trying to
my kid's staring stuff
have a good segue into this one. Number 3 for me is The Grinch. I just love this movie. I remember seeing it in theaters. And whenever they do these like live action Dr. Seuss movies, the characters scared me. Like the Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers, that cat scared me. The Grinch,
Really?
The Grinch scared me
Dude,
when
I
I was
actually
first
fuck
seeing
with
it.
Cat in the Hat, dude. I think it's underrated.
Dude,
I love that movie.
That big cat and the Grinch, they're terrifying to children. And but the Grinch, I love it. Every year when it comes on cable and stuff, I'll watch it.
Me is what my daughters do. I'm like, what
I
is
have
she
no
doing?
idea.
All right, we're good. She's distracted. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
The Grinch comes in at number 3 for me. It's got to be at least in everyone's top 10, let alone their top 5.
Yeah, if you see me wincing over here, that's why. Okay, at number 3 for me has got to be Christmas Vacation. I mean, dude, come on, man. You got to spend Christmas with the Griswolds, dude. Chevy Chase is so on fucking point, dude. Maybe more on point than ever in this movie. Again, a lot of the times ain't even the jokes he says. It's the way he says things. It's the way he has facial expressions. Cousin Eddie's firing on all cylinders. Just one of those movies that you got to have during Christmas time. It never gets old. It just doesn't get old. I mean, there's really not much more to say than that. It's such a good comedy / Christmas comedy.
All right, I'll jump into my number 2, Home Alone. Macaulay Culkin.
My dog.
And the Wet Bandits.
Oh yeah.
Geez, this movie's so good. The second one's, dude, the first two are pretty good. The third one's all right. The fourth one is terrible.
I haven't seen the third one in forever, but Aide's been begging me to watch it.
Yeah.
Because, like, she hadn't seen the first two when we got
It's
together.
a different kid, isn't it? The third one?
Yeah, different bad guys, too. But
Yeah.
Aide literally had not seen the first two Home Alone. She'd
Really?
only seen the third one. And she's like, it's the only one I care about. I'm like, you haven't even seen the first two.
No.
And for one, fuck the third one. You need the first two.
Yeah,
It's
Home
like a whole
Alone
thing.
is such a good Christmas movie to watch. It's one of the movies where you can rewatch it multiple times and be like, I don't even remember that scene happening, or I don't remember him doing that to him. Little kid get left home alone on Christmas, having to booby trap his house to survive from two criminals breaking in. I guess. I mean,
It's pretty insane.
yeah. I mean, I want them to make a remake where they do it again with Macaulay Culkin as an adult.
Yeah, they're just the same. They're just
With
not
this-
the same age, but they're the age now.
Yeah, they're adults, and like what he can do now as an adult. And
You
like
can do the way they can retcon shit these days, dude. Just literally call it Home Alone 3. Say fuck the other ones.
or I don't even Home Alone.
The Return.
The Return of Home Alone.
You know, something
Yeah,
great.
Home Alone comes in at number 2. Everyone, you can't
Yeah.
hate on Home Alone. If you hate on Home Alone,
No, I
you're
love
not
time Home Alone for sure. When I'm home alone, it's great.
I love being
I don't have
home
to deal
alone.
with this craziness. I know y'all don't see it on the other side of the can. Don't knock over that. Oh my goodness. You're talking about segues. How's this for a segue? My number 2 is Home Alone 2.
Oh,
Man, I tell you what. This is a tough one for me. I was even talking about it in a post I made in the Box Office Banter Movies group. If you're not a part of that group,
Thank
you
you.
need to be if you're checking this out on YouTube. But I essentially was saying I think the first one overall is probably a more solid movie in terms of the build-up and the way it's structured and everything. It's just more solid. And then the thing that makes the second one about even, if not better, in terms of fun on multiple watches. Can you scoot over just a hair, please? It's not connected.
I know. I thought she plugged it back in
She's
somehow.
like, how'd she do that? She's a smart one. But it's more of the new characters add in, like Rob Schneider. And, of course, Tim Curry, Mr. Pennywise himself, although not that Pennywise. I mean, feels like he's looking over my shoulder. I had to bring him up. Okay. Not the same Pennywise. I get it. And then, of course, the ending is dialed up to 11. So it's one of those things, like, it's tough because of those added things I said. But the first one, I feel like maybe just by a hair is still better. But as far as if you're going to watch them over and over and over again, like I have my whole life, I feel like that main event being a little bit better because, come on, that's like the star of the show is how is Kevin McAllister going to fuck Harry and fucking Marv up. And the fact that I think that's just better in that movie, it gives it the slightest of edges. But Home Alone, man, the first two especially. The third one I remember being okay. I imagine it probably doesn't hold up as well. Aida is going to get me to watch that eventually, like I said. The first two are just Christmas classics, and that even if you wanted to, they're hard to avoid. You're gonna watch them somehow, some way. You could be in the middle of a fucking field for all of December, and a carrier pigeon would drop a small VHS player like the one I have over here with Home Alone on it. You can't get away from it. It'll track you down. Home Alone is essential. It's essential, people. It's fucking Home Alone. Home Alone 2 is my number 2.
all right. Now my segue from that, I don't have one. Number 1 for me is Christmas Vacation.
Ooh, I tried to leave you a
God.
little to talk about. I try not to go too deep into it.
Yeah, man, it's just Clark Griswold he's just a
Right,
dad who's trying
right.
to give the best
Oh.
Christmas to his family, and his in-laws come in, cousin Eddie. It's just him dealing with everything while he's still trying to have such a positive attitude on Christmas. It's just pure comedy. I remember the nostalgia just watching this one with my dad every Christmas, laughing every time. Christmas Vacation, number 1 for me.
Shitter's full. That's all I can hear right now. Oh, is that one of Rodney's water bottles? She done fucked my mic up with this mic somehow. Anyways, my number one you already talked about as well, The Grinch.
Oh, okay.
There's just something about this movie that oozes Christmas, and there's no way around it. Like, you can't not watch it. You got Jim Carrey in one of his last movies, in his peak, if you will. He's the Grinch. I can't imagine anybody else coming close to being the Grinch other than Jim Carrey. You got to make sure she treads lightly there. And dude, he just steals the show, the world building. I'm a huge fan of that. If you can build like your own world and make it come to life and make it believable, that is a huge steal for me in a movie. And the fact that they could take that cartoon and turn it into that, you're blocking Tyler, baby.
That's okay. I don't mind.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's just, and it's so quotable, dude. You still see people all the time like, well, what will I wear? Like, it's just fucking, and this is a man that wants to live with his dog, dude. That shit, I'm not going. It's great, dude.
You do a good impression, actually.
I try with my impressions, but
they're pretty good.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Like, I almost want to live up there with him. I don't know if I want to eat bottles of glass, but I almost want to keep the Grinch company. Like, look, man, I know you hate people. I'm not the biggest fan all the time. Let's just chill, dude. Let's, you got some shit in here we can do, I'm sure. Actually, looks like you have nothing, but you find a way to have fun. Okay, maybe it's the self-loathing as he talks about. But whatever, man. The Grinch is such a cool character. He was already a cool character, and Jim Carrey only expanded it. And I think that's our top fives.
Yeah, and in the spirit of Christmas, we're in a very giving mood. We're going to give you guys
Come here.
3 honorable mentions.
That's true.
My first honorable mention, Elf. Will Ferrell and Elf. I remember seeing this one in theaters. This is one of my favorite Will Ferrell movies. Will Ferrell is Buddy leaving the North Pole to try and find his dad, and that whale saying, "Hope you find your dad." And Will Ferrell is just oblivious to the life outside of the North Pole. All he knows is Christmas, and I don't really know what else to say about this. You've all seen Elf. You all know how great of a movie Elf is. If you are giving us crap for not being on our top fives, oh well.
There's a lot of good Christmas movies, man.
Yeah, there's too many to. That's why we're doing. We're giving you 3 more. I could have just not said Elf at all, and then y'all would be mad. Ooh. But yeah, Elf as my first honorable mention.
Nice. My first honorable mention would be Die Hard. Now, this is a weird one because even though I consider it to be a Christmas movie, I'm in that camp. I always talk about slant Christmas movies. I won't even go there with this. It's Christmassy enough to be a Christmas movie, in my opinion. Aria, you are scaring the shit out of me right now. You should see her. It's Christmassy enough to be a Christmas movie, but it's not quite Christmassy enough to be on my top 5 Christmas movies. So even though it might even be better than a couple movies, give or take, on this list to me, it doesn't put me in the Christmas spirit quite enough. Aria, please do not do that. Go over there. Go up there. Play with them up there. Yeah, so it's not quite Christmassy enough, even though it is, in fact, Christmassy. Die Hard, great movie. Hans Gruber, come on. You hear that sometimes. That's not Christmas till Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Plaza, however you pronounce it, blanking on the spot. But yeah, Die Hard. Got to throw that in the at least honorable mentions, but that's why I got left it off. Christmas movie, but not quite Christmassy enough for the Christmas Club.
Oh, my number 2 honorable mention, Bad Santa.
Nice.
I'm blanking on his name.
Billy Bob Thornton?
Billy Bob Thornton. Don't know why I was blanking on.
I
Billy Bob Thornton plays a alcoholic Santa at a mall, and this movie is just pure comedy. This is... I can't even explain. This movie has so many funny moments in it with that kid.
You got a favorite?
And that elf.
I got a couple. Of course, the sandwiches shit. And he's like, what is with you and fucking fixing sandwiches? That shit fucking cracks me up.
Whenever he's doing something, they tell me he needs to get back to work, and he's like, I'm on my fucking lunch break.
I like when he's like, "This is all you live here with," the like grandma or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And when they come home and she's just like laid out in the recliner, like, dude, they're just kind of like they're looking at it like they don't say out loud, like, is she fucking dead?
Yeah.
And then they get close, and I know where she's like, and he's like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then of course what she says, she's like, I'll make you some sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude, Bad Santa is a classic. The second one, not so much.
I didn't even watch it. I was scared too. I'm gonna get around to it eventually, but
I'm glad they made this a second one, but it's not really anything special.
mm-hmm.
But the first one, it holds up. You can watch it
Tremendously.
whenever. It's great.
I hear you. And then I'll have to go with Gremlins. Damn it, man. Gremlins. It's another one that isn't quite Christmassy enough, but I do consider it to be a Christmas film. Great movie. The horror fan in me loves it. I mean, it's not too dark, but it's perfect to show your kiddos to kind of branch them slowly into the horror scene. Gremlins, Christmas classic. Got to at least throw it in there somewhere as it means too much to me. Love you, Gizmo.
Okay, my last honorable mention, it's Edward Scissorhands. And I just found out that it can be labeled Christmas movie.
I treat it like one. Even that's one of my slants, though. That's what I would call a slant Christmas movie.
I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan, and with everything going on in the world right now with him and Amber Turd, he deserves to be on any list. And
Exactly.
Edward Scissorhands is a movie about
A guy with scissors.
a guy with scissors as a hands just going through life, and he's very introverted. And it shows don't judge a book by its cover, basically, is what Brandon was talking about before we made this video. Especially in the ending is
Makes me feel
very
Christmassy.
Christmassy.
Yes.
Johnny Depp just kills it in this role, and it's such a weird movie. Like
Tim Burton, man.
Tim Burton. Let's have a man with scissors as hands.
And I'm a guy that knows how to segue.
Okay.
You know what my next movie is? A Tim Burton film.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Batman Returns, dude.
Oh, yep.
That's a movie you forget is way more Christmassy than it gets credit for. And I would, yes, consider it a Christmas film. But again, it's one of those ones. This is what all three of these are. They could potentially break into my top 5 in likability. But even though I would consider them a Christmas movie, they're still not quite Christmassy enough to the point where they put me in a Christmas spirit. Now, if you're like, well, what's a slant movie? Well, that would be another one. That would be could even be my favorite movie out of all these movies, Lethal Weapon. I couldn't even consider it in the not quite Christmassy movie list on the honorable mentions, and I couldn't have it in my actual list because it's none of those. But it's a slant movie like Edward Scissorhands where it takes place on Christmas, but there's not enough Christmas there. But, yeah, guys. Shit, and you know what? Here's a 4th honorable mention. I forgot all about Black Christmas. Fuck. I love Black Christmas. Damn, I could go all day, though. I could go all day. But as the horror guy, I almost feel like I should have had that in there somewhere. But I think that's about it, guys.
Let's just talk about every Christmas movie we know.
Yeah, dude, I got another. I would, but I got to change my daughter's shitty diaper. I don't know if you've been smelling that.
No.
You're probably like, oh, good. I thought it was you. Like, Jesus. Yeah, something's been smelling terrible. And we've managed for her to actually stay out of frame for the most part, even though she's doing some weird worshiping technique, it looks like, over here. She almost knocked a lot of stuff over. The mayhem that was going on behind this camera was almost Monday Mayhem worthy. It was so mayhemic, if that's even a word. It is now, fuckers. Anyways, I think that's it. You want to plug anything?
Yeah, that's our top 5s. Comment your top 5s, too. We want to hear what you all think. Follow us on Instagram at official box office banner. We post clips and then a link to the podcast when it's out. Follow us on YouTube at Box Office Banner. Every video we make goes up there. Subscribe there, please. Facebook, Box Office Banner Movies. Movies is all capital letters with 2 O's. Join, invite your friends. It's a fun group. Very active. We appreciate all y'all. Spotify at the official Box Office Banner. Follow us there, I think, or subscribe there. I'm not sure how it works, but you can listen to the podcast and Monday Mayhems. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday they come out early morning. Listen to them on your way to work, at work, on your way home, whenever. Just listen to them. We appreciate it. And that's about it. That's all the plugs.
All right, guys. Yeah, if you saw me at any point in this video, like that, don't be alarmed. That's me literally being terrified of my daughter breaking something. But we somehow made it through the whole video without that happening. So let's end it while we can. We appreciate y'all, motherfuckers.
I smell it now.
This water stuff is refreshing. Do you?
Yeah.